Hi, this is my favorite 5 knives video. I've already shot the actual guts of it, but I thought I'd do my introduction afterwards again, because as I was doing it, I'm going to leave it all in, leave it as it was, but there's a couple of things I think I wanted to say beforehand. First of all, this is a concurrent video between myself, Vinny Nero, I think Michael Christie, I think Kevin Cleary's going to do it, Stassa, maybe Advanced Knife Bro, he was invited anyway, we'll see. A whole bunch of us are doing it, Super Steel Steve. This should be interesting because you've got some pretty different knife dudes who are all really into knives. And it was funny, as I was doing my favorites, I found myself falling back on the, well, you can see how used this knife is and you can see how much I've done to this, kind of unknowingly, but still kind of like big shotting myself as, hey, look how, because of the way I use my knives, it means that I'm a proper user. And that's such a trap to fall into. It's such horse shit to say that because I use my knives in the way I use them, which is, you know, let's be honest, just fucking with them to see how they cut. That's the main sense of enjoyment I get from knives, is messing with the steels and the angles and things, and you know, and doing reviews on them. Like if you enjoy your knives simply from an aesthetic sense, where you get the latest knife, you like how it flips, you like how it looks, you like the materials, you just want to sit back and have a scotch and a cigar and handle your latest Chris Reeve Menandi, like, do it. That's, you know, more or less valid than me as a proper knife enthusiast. I just wanted to sort of get that out there. Because I think I often fall into that trap as well. I kind of like think to myself, you know, hey Pete, you're a knife guy, man, because you put the scars on your knives. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean shit really. It means that, you know, I'm still handling them probably no more or less than anyone else. It's just I'm doing other things with them. I guess I'm kind of getting to that use your shit kind of hashtag that gets bandied around, and it is a bit of a it's a bit of a look at me working on my farm. I've actually put this knife through hardcore paces, so I'm a more earnest or more worthwhile opinion or voice in this community. I just hate to see myself come off like that, because I really don't intend on it. But anyway, without much more talking, enjoy the knives. We're all watching knife YouTube. We're all big fans. None of us are better than the others. Just because I've got a YouTube channel, all that means is I'm confident and I have a camera. Doesn't mean my opinion's worth any more or less than yours. So anyway, these are my top 5 without further ado. It should be interesting to see how it compares with the other guys, because as I said, all just as passionate, all just as keen. I reckon we're going to have some very different picks. So let's get into it. So these are my 5 knives. I'm not going to tease you with them. I'm just going to lay them all on the table and just talk about them briefly. So my 5th favourite knife is the Alma Falcon Ultralight. So this one is a super lightweight, super low profile little knife. It's got a micarta handle and an AUS 8 blade. I like this knife a lot because I'm never afraid to take it out. In Australia, there's a bit of weirdness. Depending on which state you're in, you're generally supposed to have an actual reason for carrying a knife, which generally falls down to the whole, you know, I'm not going to be a dick with it and get myself reported and then get myself searched. So that's kind of how it ends up, in practical terms, how EDC guys are, I think. So this is the kind of thing where it looks such an inoffensive little steak knife kind of thing that I've never really been too bothered actually carrying the thing. So real home run there. It's really low profile, carries really fantastically in the pocket, and yeah, I would often have this one as a backup to a larger knife, just because I knew it would always work and I could always pull it out at any given time. And plus I bought it from Nick Shabazz, who after I bought it from, I think we talked a bit more and became, you know, pretty decent little internet friends, so got some good connotations there as well. Next knife is the Buck Marksman Tanto. Couldn't be more different to the Alma Falcon. This is kind of like a more, I guess, intense tactical style knife, especially given that blade shape. This is my choice, all about sort of function and fun. So this is a complete gadget fan's knife. It's a Grant and Gavin Hawk locking mechanism and design. It's really quite complex, but also quite simple in its execution. It's got a bit of a knack to the opening and closing of it, which you do pick up. So the strap lock here is anchored here, and it holds the tang straight from this notch here. So really cool little mechanism, very strong. The steel is 154 cm, the handle is aluminium, fits my hand great. Despite being a bit of a garish looking knife, kind of a polarizing appearance, it actually handles really well, and it's done just fine as an EDC knife. Got a good deep carry pocket clip. It's relatively lightweight. I like it a whole lot. The Buck Marksman. My 3rd favourite knife is the newest knife I've got, which is the Keen from Ray Laconico, Massdrop and WE Knives. I've always liked Laconico's designs. I used to have the Kaiser Gemini, which was a little bit small for my hand despite being a wonderful little knife. This one has definitely trumped that. I sold that when I saw this was coming out and made space for my next Laconico design. And this is from what I can tell, being received really, really well. It's S35VN steel, purple titanium handles. You can get the titanium in other colors. I just got purple because I thought it looked really cool and different. The action is amazing. The blade's thick, but it slices really, really well because it's ground very, very keenly, I guess you could say. And overall, it's a complete home run. Absolutely love the thing. A mix of between, you know, really fun to play with and also just a good, honest user. Like, I've not had any qualms about using it. The surface is covered in fingerprints now, but it's been, you know, tested and cut tested and rust tested, all that's the good stuff, and it's done really well. Definitely one of my favorites. The Benchmade 940 is my second favorite knife, and this one has been used a whole bunch by myself. You can see I've resharpened it and tested it and, you know, really kind of gone to town on that edge. It's a, you know, this is just what I do with my knives, kind of how I get my enjoyment out of them and stuff. I just like to see what they do when you put different edges on them. I've liked this ever since I was watching Wrangler Star back in like 2012. I didn't know knives look like this. I wasn't particularly into folding knives back then, and this sowed the seed for me getting one, and about 3 years later or so I finally got my own, and then that was the green one, and I had a buddy who really wanted that one, so I sold him that one and then bought this black one in the G10. I think I like the looks of the green one better, but I like the handling of the black one a bit better. And they also make a carbon fiber one in S90V steel as well if you want to go super premium. I've changed the pocket clip out to deep carry. It's an axis locking folder with a great utility blade on it, so it's not the best slicer. You can see this is a 17-degree edge on this and a 17-degree edge on this. You see how much, I'm not sure if that's showing up or not, the edge bevels are so much different even though they're at the same degrees because there's just so much more material behind this one here. So a real kind of stout little, yeah, just little rough use knife, I would say. Really, really good, low profile, lightweight, good in the pocket. It's an overall home run. And my favorite knife is the Spyderco Spydie Chef. I've done several videos on the Spydie Chef and why I think it's so great. It's a all-out, almost the perfect knife in my opinion. It's got a titanium frame look, it's got a good deployment, it's got a great blade that's nice and tall so it slices really good. Made of my favorite steel probably, LC200N. Doesn't hold an edge for the longest ever, but it's holds an edge for about as long as like any good powder steel. It's basically element proof. And yeah, the knife carries really well thanks to the wire clip, the deep carry, the thin construction. Just a complete smashed home run. So absolutely love the Spydie Chef. So that, as they say, is that. Those are my 5 favorites. I was pretty ruthless on these. I could have had a couple of ones that I tried to sneak in and mention, but I kept it pretty strict to 5. And I'm pretty happy with my choices. All of these are pretty safe in the collection. I can't see anything happening that would encourage me to sell any of these apart from maybe better versions of the exact knives being released. If they made a ZDP 189 one of these again, I'd be all over it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned for the other guys' concurrent videos of this topic. See you later. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy.